I found a new toy. It's called Go Live. I think I would do Go Live every Monday night. Anyway, I was looking at the Whistlekick Martial Arts Radio podcast online on YouTube, and they talked about putting martial arts on your resume. Should you or shouldn't you? I had always been told back in the day, don't put your hobbies on your resume. Then people told me, do put your hobbies on your resume. Or just put hobbies on your resume that show you're relevant. Or when you get older, put hobbies down to show you're still physically active. Now, all that be that as it may, it was a former supervisor who told me, you should put your martial arts stuff on your resume. Now, my response was, it has nothing to do with IT. Why would I put that on my resume? And she fired back, it shows leadership potential. She's like, it shows leadership potential. Put it down. It shows that you can deal with people. So, I got 2 different jobs at least. Because, ignore the people in the background, it's my family. Because, hold on. Okay, guys, stop yelling or you're going to be on the internet. You're going to be on the internet. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Okay, fine. They want me to respect their privacy. They have to stop yelling. Okay. I love them, though. I love them so much. Anyway, I know 2 jobs. Both of the people that ultimately hired me said, well, if you've been teaching at a community centers for that long and in that area, there's no way in the world that you do not have customer service skills. And it's true. I do have customer service skills. In fact, I actually have pretty, and I'm not just tooting my own horn, I have great customer service skills. And it's not my magical stuff is I've had good people who showed me how to talk to people and threw me out there. It's like, no, go back, do it again. Just like anything. You get somebody that's good at it, they pull your coattail and they make you do it until you get good at it. But if you can run a martial arts club at a community center, you definitely have good customer service skills because you have to deal with the community. You're really not in ultimate control there. You have to deal with the people that come. So that does validate customer service skills. Also, at least 2 different contracts I know of that I was on, they hired me to come because they said, well, if you're a martial artist, we know that you're not going to be afraid to come work here because we're talking about secure buildings in like rough neighborhoods. Sometimes these corporations will, and other big organizations, they'll put their facility, I guess they want to get cheap as real estate, but it's in an area that most people wouldn't walk to. And they said they've had people, they find out where it is, they don't show up for the interview because they're scared to come there. Now, the most blatant thing, and I talked about this on Whistlekick in my Whistlekick Martial Arts Radio interview, the most blatant example of this, and I didn't have martial arts on my resume at the time, is a long, long time ago, before a lot of you even watching this video were born, CVS was called People's Drugstore. They changed, they went to a wide area network and became CVS. So now you can go to CVS, you can get your medicines or whatever you need for the pharmacy. Well, I had joined a tech tipping agency and I wasn't getting any calls till all of a sudden I magically got phone calls. When I interviewed for the job, young lady took my picture. She said, when I was looking for candidates, I noticed this look in your eye. And I'm like, that sounds, I don't know how to take that. Are you coming on to me or I got a girl? But I didn't say it. I'm thinking, I just kind of leaned back a little. She's like, no. You seem very focused and determined. And she kept staring at my hands. See, yes, I've gotten down these knuckles used to be very dark. right? And then she showed me hers. She guess game, recognized game. So she'd hit the Makiawa a few times. And she said, so you're a martial artist. So you're not going to be scared to go where we're going to send you. I said, I wouldn't be scared because I'm a Marine reservist. She's like, nah, no. You're not going to be scared because you're a martial artist. I ended up putting the CVS's in various hood stores. I had to flex to get through the door, but I wasn't scared because I knew how to fight. I had an indomitable spirit. Most of my training was definitely Taekwondo back then. I had indomitable spirit. Was I an active class attender at the time? No, but I would still practice. So she said I still was giving that off. I still had indomitable spirit. They needed somebody with indomitable spirit who would go in there. And the job was to remove the old equipment was phase one. Install and run the communications test was phase two. Package and remove the old package. So package and remove the package the old equipment was stage three. So you do the hardware install for the first phase. Then the second phase you run the software and communications test, and then for the third phase you package up the old stuff. I was only supposed to be doing phase two, but because other people were scared, I ended up doing all three phases, and I ended up getting paid for it. So I remember I did that job, and then I went to my part-time job in the computer room, and then I went to my night classes. I went to my classes at night. I was a tired young man. But that was, I think, yeah, that's when I was going to Computer Learning Center. So martial arts on the resume, it helped out. And I guess even though, especially in this instance I just talked about, I didn't put it down, but people who were looking for attributes that a martial artist would have noticed it. So I guess I can leave you with two things. If there, you know what, let me say this, especially in IT, because sometimes, and I'm a software tester, sometimes people think that software testers are mean, okay? If you are doing martial arts for a long time and you're an instructor or an assistant instructor, you really can't be mean. If you're mean, nobody's going to want to train with you. And I mean nobody. I'm not talking about you only have one or two students. You will have no students if you are too mean, okay? I'm not talking about Karate Kid, Evil Sensei mean in those movies. That guy's mean, but that guy is not really mean per se, but domineering. He still has command. And he's drawing people who want that type of domineering, militaristic spirit. That's not necessarily mean. I'm talking if you're just snarky, condescending, and putting people down for no reason, and it's not like you're taking them through boot camp. You're just a jerk. Okay? Especially nowadays, in America, nobody's training with a jerk. Okay, so don't assume that because somebody has one or two students, they're a jerk. If they're really a jerk, they will not have any students. They won't have any students. Because this is America and we feel like, what? I'll go somewhere else. They do that anyway, even if they have Jesus Christ for a teacher. They still have problems. Oh, he want to save everybody. I'm going to go over here to Satan. That's just how people are. So the martial arts validate customer service skills. And another plus, too, you'll get bonus points if you're a martial artist and then you put together a website with your martial arts stuff on it. And then when they ask, have you done web development? You can say, why, yes, I have. And you can point to your web page that you maintain. Or if you help create a martial arts database for something. Or let's say you help somebody put together some type of e-commerce ordering system that's related to martial arts. And they say, have you done any e-commerce work? You know, have you done any order processing or orders testing or development? what is that called? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm spaced on it. Have you done anything with soap? The language is going to come to me as soon as I stop the video. The protocols languages will come to me. But you can say, yes, I have, and you can point to it. You know, and you know, a lot of companies too are really big on community service and giving back to the community. So, aren't you giving back to the community? When you coach Little League, you're giving back to the community. When you teaching martial arts, you're definitely giving back to the community. So, another place where martial arts has helped me is with elder care. I can lift up disabled people a lot easier as I got better judo skills. And not that I throw the elderly for a pawn when I'm putting them in their beds, okay? The lifting, pulling muscles helps with lifting, pulling. It doesn't make you bigger either. It really builds those support muscles. Like, this is kind of like judo. You feel when they lose their balance? And no, I don't stick my leg out to throw them in a, you know, a leg wheel or knee wheel. I know they're going off balance. I can be there to catch them. So, if you wanted to get a job in the medical field, definitely. Oh, that's another one. Had gotten offered a part-time job as an orderly back in the day. I didn't take it because my kids were both little, and my wife was like, "We need the money, but we need you at home more. You know, I need your help keep these kids in line. They need their dad." Okay, fine. But it would have been some nice money. But he liked my approach, my learning of jiu-jitsu in the class. The guy teaching the class was a supervisor at a mental facility, and he said, if you really want to learn jiu-jitsu and you do it like I want you to do, where I want you to be able to actually redirect and not hurt the person, but just redirect and restrain, come work for me and I can train you right there at the job. And in real world time, I can actually train you right then, and you would actually get to see what I'm talking about. So that was a job right there. You know, oh yes, speaking of which, that's really good thing about martial arts, putting it on your resume, being involved in your career. Don't martial artists have jobs? I've met all types of mechanics, engineers, IT people, medical people, scientists. I met a lot of medical people with judo, taekwondo, engineers, guys working at a gas company, educators, people that think. And so I'm going to leave you with this. I know some people may still be concerned about putting martial arts on your resume because some people may say it's going to make me look violent. Or there may be someone who goes, "Oh my gosh, you do martial arts, you're violent." Like Sensei Lesniak said in his podcast, if someone is that afraid of you because you do a martial art, do you really want to work for them anyway? If they're just going to think everything's MMA, everything's TMA, it's all the same, there's no distinctions, you're just a bad, violent, martial artsy person, do you really want to work for them anyway? Don't you want to be at a job where you can be yourself? Now, I know we can't absolutely just be ourselves and just go crazy and be rude and, you know, just say anything that comes out the mouth. You still have to be professional. But don't you want to work at a job where if the thing you like to do comes up, you can at least talk about it and not have to worry that it's going to cost you your employment? So that's something else to think about. So put it on your resume, especially if you're an instructor or an assistant instructor. Peace.